Hello world, welcome to the 14th video on my YouTube channel and the second video of my Arduino playlist. In this video I'm going to show how I can control a very roughly made robotic hand with a trigger finger from my Python program. Full disclosure, I've always sucked with the mechanical side of anything. I know nothing practical about cars, I suck at woodworking, I'm just not good at it. So for me to use my Jarvis-like program to control robotics, I'm going to need to either partner with someone or step up my mechanical game. But that being said, let's look at what I was able to accomplish. And so we're going to look at the setup first, and then we'll run up the program. So I got some green foam that they use for plants, for like craft plants. And I kind of crafted a hand as big as mine. And then I made 3 movable joints, just like a finger would have. Okay, then this is a servo motor, and this wire that goes to it. This is connected to my Arduino board. So this black and red is power, which is getting from the USB drive. And then this is digital pin 9, which it uses to communicate. Okay, so that's how I made it. Super simple. Okay, so let's show how I can control the finger using my Python program. So I'm going to run it. So I'm hoping you can see my screen. I'll have to check when I edit this video. But it says type H to open fire, L to stop firing, and Q to quit. So first, okay, I pressed Q to quit the program. Okay. So what we're going to do, okay, and then so if I wanted to fire, oh, I have it backwards, but if I press L from my Python program, it pulls the trigger finger. If I press H, which should be the opposite, it lets go of it. So imagine if a gun trigger was right here on a Nerf gun, right? Nerf gun. Then it could pull the trigger for me and then release it. So, I mean, I would have to go back and forth if it's a single shot. But imagine if it was an automatic Nerf gun, like a battery powered one. I could just pull the trigger and then let go to have it stop firing. Okay, so the code is quite simple. It is almost exactly the same as the LED blinking light bulb in the first video in this series. All I did was change the type H to turn on the LED to open fire. But like I said, I have it backwards, but that's okay. And then, so it says, while the user input is not Q for quit, when I type in H, it sends the appropriate byte to the Arduino board, and then it sleeps. And so F, so it says H to fire, L to stop, Q to quit. Okay, and so once it receives the byte on the Arduino program that it has encoded in there, then it will perform the function. So really all the Python program is doing is sending the appropriate byte, which the Arduino code actually is in charge of processing the if statements. So let me open the Arduino IDE real quick. And everything is slower when you are recording. I should have had it open first. But basically this is just a while loop, and you can send the bytes back and forth. The bytes being the H, the L, or the Q. But if you open up Arduino, you can see the full program here. So you establish a servo object. We're on pin 9, I showed that. We have the original position and the incoming byte. So in the setup, you begin the baud, you tell it to attach it to pin 9, okay? And then all you're doing is do an if statement. If the incoming byte is H, you're going to rotate it. Okay, that's what this code is. If the incoming byte is L, you're going to type that. And then in PyCharm, the Q is to quit, and that just quits the program here. So that's where I'm at now. The goal ultimately is to be able to control a Nerf gun from my Python program. And then once I get it to control it using the console, I can simply add the speak and hear program so I can voice control it. So if you've watched my YouTube channel before, you know this is not a tutorial series, so I won't be going line by line over the code. But if you've watched the channel throughout, you've noticed that I've created a Twitter Autobot, or a Twitter automated bot, and now I'm dealing with robotics, and I made a trigger finger. So it reminds me of a Drake song lyric where he says, trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers, and that's kind of literally what I did. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see me eventually control a Nerf gun with my voice-controlled digital assistant, please subscribe to this channel, like the video, hit the notification bell icon so you can see future videos, and then share it with your friends. Goodbye, world.